Like, what up? I'm sorry. That video intro is so dramatic and I love it every time. I love it every time. It is so dramatic. But you know how I gotta do it. You know how I gotta do it. I am your host, JustLatasha, and you are joining me for another dissection exclusively on Patreon. Now, I've been doing dissections for a long time, officially a year. And I always go live on YouTube Mondays at 6 p.m. But I was like, it's a special occasion. Insecure is on its last season. We got to say goodbye. I would like my coin for the work that I do, for the entertainment, for the expertise, for the insight. I would like my coin. So I made the show exclusively on Patreon. But if you would like to catch the full show without being a patron, you also have the option to catch it every Thursday, the rewatch every Thursday on YouTube, the JustLatasha channel. I just want to welcome you. I just want to say hello. And I always like to just start off by saying hello to everybody. We are streaming on Twitter. We are also streaming on Facebook. And of course, we are streaming on Patreon. The full show will be on Patreon. But I just want to say hi to y'all on the internet first. Let's see who we got up in here. Hello, Nick. What up? We go together. Okay, Nick? We go together because you be in these rooms. Another love of mine. Kalubna. Kalubna. Hello. Let's see who else we got in here. Hi, Deidre. How are you? Welcome to tonight's exclusive live stream, a dissection of the second episode of Insecure. Are you excited? I'm so excited. Hi, Jordan. I love that y'all know to put hearts up in the chat. Look at y'all just going on autopilot, auto mode, autopilot. Let's do it. I actually want to hear from y'all because how are you guys feeling about the season thus far? We are only 2 episodes in. There's so much to uncover. This episode jumps a year. Big jump. And our friends, our insecure friends are in such different places in their lives. And the show to me feels so massively and so wildly different. So wildly different. I'm like, what is going on? Like my show feels so different. And not like in a bad way, but in like, it definitely took a tangent to what we're used to. And that's possibly the point. That's possibly the point of the whole thing. So I really would love to see how y'all feeling about season 5. Jordan says they are truly going out hitting every major theme possible. We got another big theme to talk about tonight. Incarceration, the talent that lies within incarcerated, imprisoned Black men who are trying to make a lives for themselves once they're freed. We're going to get into that tonight because Issa be slipping. She be slipping these conversations in, dog. Like she just be like, boop, Black women in healthcare, boop, underprivileged children underserved in the educational system. Like, excuse ma'am, I thought we were here for the jokes. She slips it right on in. And this is exactly why I love doing the show. This right here is exactly why I love doing the show. Mara, an OG patron right here. My TV acting like a bald-headed hoe, not connecting. Sorry, I'm late. All right. Neek says, I feel a little conflicted. The year jumped and was kind of needing to get Issa out of her slump, but sheesh. I like change and evolution. I'm along for the ride. Hearts up in the chat. You know what it is. What up, Damien Trinity boy? What's going on? I'm a Yankee. Forgive the accent from here and now. Sorry. Right, Nick? The jump was like, woo, so much can happen in a year. And it threw me a bit. It shook the table a little bit for me because I was just like, I think sitting 4 years, first of all, Insecure has already been so unpredictable. And I think that's really what the magic is in the show. Like she's just like, new job, new man, new location, new apartment. And you really don't get that in a lot of sitcoms. You don't get that in a lot of like TV shows, right? You stay in that one place. So it's really remained fresh. But even though these moments are unpredictable in Issa D's life, the tone of the show, the struggle of the show, the depth of the show was something that you can kind of like rely on. But now we went from insecure and trying to like grown, sexy, confident, we outside, okay. So it feels so different. So I wanted to check in with y'all. We needed to move past a lot of the discomfort, but it was jarring. Whoo, growth, we love to see it. So let's talk about it. Let us talk about growth, okay? Let's talk about it. I really wanted to jump right in. Episode 2, I got on nails, so hopefully the production is what I intended to be. I really wanted to start here because I thought it was really cool to show the difference between the two friends and how they just start their day, right? We're 1 year later. It's a huge switch. We're obviously in our final season. And this is not Issa D being insecure. This is her being on shaky, insecure ground during success. So that is such a major switch to what we've been experiencing with Insecure so far. And to me, that changed like the whole thing. It changed the whole show. And so I thought it was interesting to see how both of these friends, who Yvonne Orji, who plays Molly, explained that these two friends are the backbone. This is the spine of the show. So to see how they wake up with Molly in bed alone with her vibrator and Issa waking up alone in bed with a vibrating toothbrush. And what I was explaining in our last dissection was that I believe the color white to be a distraction color. What are the characters running away from? And so I didn't miss the fact that they both woke up alone in bed, white sheets. So I asked myself, like, what could they possibly be trying to distract themselves from? And we understand that there's a void in the hearts of both of these women, right? Like both women are going through this sort of heartbreak. So I thought it was interesting that Molly uses sex to distract and Issa uses work to distract. I'm both, to be honest with you. When I'm not involved with you niggas, I am so successful and creative, and I be taking care of me in the late of the night. Like I don't even be worried about it. So I was feeling both friends right there, but I thought it was so interesting to see which way they were both going to distract themselves. And if you a spiritual girl, if you one of the witchy girls, you know that both of those are the same exact energy. Hello? Okay? Those energies come from the same place. So right here and right now, I'm going to thank people who are watching on Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to bid you adieu. The rest of the show is reserved for my patrons. If you guys want to see the rest of the live stream, please join me on patreon.com/JustLatasha for the conversation. My patrons, just hold on a sec while I remove this, okay? Let's just close out this stream right here. Come on, Nails. Here we go. We doing it. We doing it. Boom. All right. It's just us again. Okay. Oh, not with a B.O.B., he said. Not with a B.O.B. Sorry, y'all. It be hot. It be hot as hell in my house, and I can't. Okay? I can't. My babe has joined us once again. What up, Mark? I'm so happy to have you. My other babe has come back as well. What's up, So Iconic? Hi, yes. I'm so happy. Okay, yes. Let's get our room going, y'all. Let's talk. So I spent a lot of time healing and being by myself. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, all right? So here's where I want to start. I want to start speaking about platonic love and platonic friendships. Men, cisgender, hetero men, I'm sorry, you are missing out big time, honey. You are missing out big time, honey, because you could just be cuddling with your friend. But y'all too scared, right? Y'all too scared. But for the ladies, I really need to stress to you, because this is really what a lot of my friends have missed as well, that platonic friendships need just as much love, care, watering, and attention as your romantic partnerships. And so many of my women friends have left us for dead. Okay, they left us for dead, bitch. What is it? A 16-ounce water? He don't like you. Like, you leave your girlfriends for dead when you get in a relationship, and that is really not cute. And this is a form of intimacy. This is platonic love, intimacy right here, right? And I also want to point out that this is very much for those people who was like, watch out for the mollies in your friend groups, because you know they only want to be there when you're doing worse than them. I forget from last year how y'all was going in on Molly like that. Look where she is at, in her friend's bed, loving her, successful and all. That was real dark shit y'all was doing last year. That was dark shit y'all was on last year. I don't know, like, what was... That was some dark shit last year. I was like, what is going on? Okay. But friendships like that need just as much love, care, and attention. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been way more heartbroken over a friendship breakup than any man, because men are going to men, right? Surprise, surprise, he's stupid. Next. But my girls, like, when I break up with my friends, oh, bitch. Like, it really does throw you off and affect you too if you honor them that way. And I honor my friends like that way. So to watch them have that moment and to watch them kind of fall back in line with that old love that they used to have with each other, but trying to re-explore new journeys, it was beautiful. It was soft. It was nice. Let's move on to Nathan. Y'all, he is so damn fine. I forgot Kendrick's voice do that. I almost forgot Kendrick's voice do that because, my God, but these characters here are surrounded by blue, right? Their relationship is discovering a new and different space, because think of their journey. They went from lovers to exes to friends, and now they're business partners. He's Nathan's Issa's client. They're business partners. That's strange. That's such a weird and strange place to be in, where somebody used to have a little sexual history rate. And Issa really liked Nathan. She was like banking. You can't inspire me and disappear. Let's start there. How dare you? How dare you? You're gonna inspire me like that? Make me brave enough to change my own life and go? I will find you. It'll be taken up in this bitch. Like, I will find you. I will hunt you down and find you. Don't do me like that. And then the thing with these two is that the setting goes from, we're just kicking it, we friends, I'm helping him out, X, Y, and Z, but it gets romantic on accident. It got romantic on accident. You know, the server came over and lit a candle. There was a black, beautiful, dark-skinned couple across the aisle kissing. You know they was going to go home and hunch. So you put that setting in the air when they wasn't even supposed to be on it like that. So you just made them accidentally think about it and feel it again. And like, could you imagine how confusing that space is? Where you just like, you know that like the boundaries you set with each other, but that little old fling energy just sifted softly in the air like that. And so from going from a scene where Issa and Molly are in bed together and just loving on each other platonically, to being in a platonic space with someone you used to have romantic history with, but kind of flirting with the idea of romance again, all of that. And for it to be gendered, I think there's a real big confusion for so many men and women to navigate platonic spaces with the opposite sex. Let's put a little asterisk on opposite, because there's more than two genders. But men and women trying to navigate platonic relationships, and a lot of men don't know how to do it. So it's a woman, it's a vagina, I gotta sleep with her. And it's just like, no, you don't. Baby, you don't. Okay? And it's even more confusing because sex previously was on the table. A conflict of interest. I would have clarified it real quick. Well, like, we're going to do your event and get up out of here, babe. Okay, babes? We're going to get up out of here real quick, babes. This is cute. Not personally for me, but I love that it works for you. I think that's great. The renegotiating of boundaries to keep someone present in your life is real, even if it shouldn't always be. Baby, you got to go. If you my ex, Molly Hive. And not because I estimate that she's a Virgo. Yes, it is. But Molly Hive. If you my ex, you got to go. But this is like real mature. Like that was real mature. And renegotiating boundaries is also real mature. I don't have it in me. See, I know myself. I know I ain't got it. Okay. Nah, my ex made the music for my business. We all right. You gotta be you gotta be mature, baby. Not me. Childish. I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. And it shows the growth in Issa D. And this is something that's pivotal to her character arc and finalizing this season. And how many ways did she grow and not make things messy for herself, right? And we saw her struggle with that balance in season 3, where she lived with Daniel. That was a rough patch. That was really a rough patch. So since we're on the topic, I want to talk about Virgos. Let's just keep talking about Virgos. And let me tell y'all something real quick, okay? This is what Virgos do when they feel the most emotionally disrupted. We start fixing everybody else. Oh! Molly was going hard on her mama and her dad. This is what you got to do. This is how you got to fix it. That's like when Virgos feel off, we get everybody else on. That's a little secret. It's going to stay right here between us, okay? Fix your own void, Molly. Do your own healing, mama. We see you creeping around it. You trying. But I really love the color at work in this shot here, right? Because here are all the moving dynamics. We have Dad in red, right? I wonder what he's heard about. Have his past actions affected the way Molly views him now or have viewed him in the past? Is he wounded because he has had a heavy hand in shaking up his own marriage? I noticed that Mom and Molly are both in white, which I believe is, are you avoiding something? Are you distracting yourself from something? Are you fronting about something, right? Instead of fixing their wounds, they focus on helping each other. Well, Mama, I'm going to get your will in your house and your estate in order. And Mama's like, I'm going to get you a man. Stop doing that. And so they hyper focus on each other because, like, you know, there's things that they're not quite ready to deal with. And obviously Mama and Daddy ain't ready to deal with that will. They put it on a notepad. They put it on a note sheet. The new guy's in blue. Herbert. This is just unfair. Now, I just want to have a moment to talk with the parents real quick. Stop hooking us up. Stop hooking us up. You hook us up with like the worst options. And I don't know why y'all do that. I thought you loved us. Like, wasn't that the parent? Like, I thought my daddy hooked me up with somebody so bad. I said, sir, do you like me? I had to ask him face to face. I said, sir, do you claim me as your own? Why would you want this for me? You got to have a heart to heart with the parents sometimes because they be doing a lot. Okay. And so when you're single and you're hitting a certain age and your parents might not be the grandparent that they thought they would be by now, they start moving weird. Don't move weird to me. I'm fine single. Mama, Daddy, goddamn. He was giving Kirk Franklin. Perry. Now, I ain't going to say that. It's the truth. And what do us Virgos do? We tell the truth. We had to. Okay? We had to. Uh-oh, somebody getting deep. Let's see. I low-key think that something may be wrong with Molly's father, hence them trying to push her down the aisle and trying to get the will settled and try to do the estate. Good eye, Neek. I like that. Not that I like that something may be wrong with Dad. Because, well, I'll get to it later. But that's a good eye. Because why are they in a rush? They are in a rush, right? The desperation of parents trying to hook us up jumps out. Always thought it was just because I was gay. So my mom just went with virtually anyone around my age who was gay. But they do it with everyone. I told my daddy one time, don't do that. I don't like that. Okay. What up, Ra? Once I hit my 20s, my parents were ready to give me away for a goat. Excuse, excuse me. Buenos noches. Because I can't. No. I can't do that right now. I can't do that right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not doing this with y'all tonight, okay? Okay, so I loved Nick's observation because I saw a really perfect, beautiful tweet. Between Kelly's thing last week and now writing a will for Molly's parent, the theme of death seems to be lingering. Hopefully that's just paranoia. Wow. I think the same way they had like the twin theme, it's sort of symbolic and literal, and they play between those places, right? So I don't think Neek's hypothesis is that far off, or I'm wondering what the rush is and what the desperation is. I'm not ready for Molly's daddy to die. I can't do that. Insecure. I'm tapping out. Okay, letting y'all know that off rip. I can't do that. But if it's symbolic, I was wondering if they're avoiding this whole will thing, right? Mom's desperation to make sure before she leaves, Molly has a family of her own. Is mom thinking about the symbolism of her legacy? We talked about legacies, our last dissection with Kelly's symbolic death. What do I leave behind? What am I even here for? Did I give this chance all that I got? And if her mother won't see Molly create a healthy, successful family of her own, would she think her own legacy is a failure? What did Molly's mom leave behind, right? So I really had to sit with that, and I think our parents do get a little nervous about that. They're like, did I fuck my kid up? Did I? The answer is yes. But it's okay. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. For many of us. Some of us, you have some work to do. But there comes a moment where parents are like, what did I do all this work for? What did I sacrifice for? What did I give my family? What lives on beyond me being here? And for some people, that looks like your child continuing the name and the legacy and being something great and being able to take care of themselves and whatever. We are a reflection of who has come before us. And maybe we ought to not. Let's see what y'all saying down here. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. Oh. And this is really what I'm terrified of, because you wasted time. I can't. No, you guys. No, we're tapping out. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Okay, let's talk about the blow CC. Let's talk about the block. Crenshawn, Kofi Siribe. He play a LA nigga real good. Is he from LA? He play a LA nigga real good. Got my goose guzzling. got my jam parts pumping. Like dang. And don't be bucking up at Issa like that, because I like that shit. I like it. Let's talk about Crenshawn. See, Insecure, as we started this dissection today, has a brilliant way of seamlessly interweaving like real ass, heavy ass conversations that affect the Black community at large. Like, and it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel educational. It's so seamlessly worked into the show, and I really, really, really love that. So a previously imprisoned man, Crenshawn, played by Kofi Cerebo, begins a fashion line while incarcerated. Then when he gets out, continues it, and then hires other previously imprisoned men to have jobs and opportunities and make a life for themselves. And that is so dope, because we've seen that. I don't know if y'all seen it on social media. We've seen that on social media where like incarcerated men are making clothes, they're cutting up their shoes and their socks and their uniforms, and they making whole fashion lines and they model it and do that. Is so dope. And they would, I would hope that they would dream and have an opportunity to access fashion once they get out of that, because we understand that previously incarcerated people don't have opportunities to work and help themselves and change their lives, which is some BS. So the fact that this is in the show and it's a part of Issa's journey, I think is really incredible. But I noticed something. Issa and all of her new success, she has everything that she wants, but she is surrounded by red. Like you in your dream, mama, this is it. And look at all this red next to her. So I had to think. I was like, this is everything that you wanted, but somehow there will always be trouble. There's still always trouble. New levels, new devils. Okay? New levels, new devils. And one of those devils is literally a white man. A white devil. Because in order for Black people to have access to success and wealth, that gate is kept by white people. And you have to ask them for permission to advance and go forward. Stings a little. Stings a little, because Issa's trying to do something for her block. She's trying to do something for her hood. She's trying to do something for people that are from the community. And you have to go ask white people who don't understand or identify with it at all. They're the ones who have access. That's some BS. That is some BS. So here you are, Issa, the plug, having to navigate both worlds, right? And it's so funny because there's people of color in NWW. I forgot the brand name, NW something. There's people of color there that she would like to rely on. There was a Black man, there was this Indian woman, but they rely on the white man. They stick by the white man. So she's sort of maneuvering this space alone as a Black woman, right? Which would be the trouble. Some of the devil's work right there. And then you have Crenshawn, who's from the block and doesn't want their approval or input. It's me. We don't even need them. Well, if we want to like expand and do really what we want, we kind of do need them. So Issa's trying to navigate those worlds, and you could see it in the color scheme here, right? We have blue, her new worlds and expansion in business, which may not even understand her roots, and her roots, yellow, right? Who could care less for that other new business side that she's going over there and exploring, right? And so you have this red, this level of discomfort with being challenged and being stretched and having all of this resistance to a good thing with good intentions and a positive mode. It still has all these blockages, right? And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs and creators and independent artists stop. This is where they get stuck. The being challenged, the being stretched and feeling inadequate and feeling insecure, no pun intended. And when they start meeting that resistance, which is natural to your journey, it's going to happen. They get a little wary and they're like, we're just going to go right back to the comfort zone, stay on the block. But you got to keep going. And here's the thing, because, you know, I'm a creator myself. So I find that in trying to be a boss, be a leader, build teams, create projects, and ask for approval as a Black woman, it is so tricky, that crux between having to set boundaries, fight for respect, cater to people. You're working hard to get yeses so other people's stuff could be approved. Get people to take a chance and bet on you, bet on your art. And still having to do all of that while being likable and trustworthy. Because here's my thing, what I didn't care for. Crenshawn was talking to Issa crazy. And as a Black woman, Niggas try you like that for whatever reason. Niggas try you like that. He was talking to her crazy, and you can see how much work she's putting in to help his ass. Like she's putting you on, dude. And you talking out your neck to my good sis. Like, sir, if you want to fight, just say that. What are you doing? And he pulled a wild move, went against her plan, did whatever he want on her dime and her network, and she played nice. And low key, she had to play nice. It's bullshit to me. It's bullshit to me. And I ain't forget how y'all talked to Molly last year again about how she spoke to her assistant. And when Molly bucked up and said, I don't pay you to make me look stupid. Sometimes, see, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes, and I saw the audience be so feverishly anti-Molly because this is a Black woman getting in, like being a boss. Oh, she shouldn't have spoke like that. Oh, she was spoken to another Black woman. Oh, wait till you have to lead a team who's not listening to you because you're a Black woman. Try to be a boss and be likable at the same time. Beyonce said it. Tina Fey said it. Issa Rae said it. Sometimes you have to be a bitch, and you have to use that word because they don't believe that men being assertive are bitches. It's only reserved for women, especially Black women. Try to be likable and be a boss at the same time and see how it works out for you. And I'm a nice guy, so I get uncomfortable with that shit, but it's a necessary evil. It was a necessary evil. I have no doubt that Issa does believe in Crenshawn's vision, but she got lost in the balance between him and the white man. The white man got the money. He's funding it. So if money says stay within budget, but the passion says we root for everybody Black, like it, that was a hard walk. That was a hard walk. And she was talking to Nadia and said Issa was wearing pink blue. I was fully on Crenshaw's side with that one. The class dynamic matters a lot here. My thing is that Crenshawn is getting this opportunity from the white man's dollar. And that really is the crux. And so, I mean, if Crenshawn could absolutely pull off that level of showmanship without that brand, which he was trying to do with Issa, he was like, just cut him. But then how was you going to do the show? Like, I get the passion and I get the desire to protect your work and not have outside influences, but you really have to consider what you want your trajectory to be and how you have to maneuver the white gatekeepers, because that gets real tricky. That gets real tricky. As a boss or white women and men, all of that, I'm not your friend. Oh, as a boss. Okay, Mara, yes, exactly. I'm not your friend. And for Black women, that is such a tricky road to travel. A tricky road to travel. The Crenshawn story arc was very well done. Narrative on class differences and respectability. Respectables are so concerned with white people, with what white people think, yet half the time they go up for what we do anyway, LOL, as he did. Oh, you was right. You damn right we was right. But you may not know that. And you saw Lemonade lose to 19 or 20 or 21. You saw Lemonade lose. Sometimes white people just gonna punish you anyway. We acknowledge that it's great and it's outstanding. No. just because they can and will. That whole thing is tricky. That whole thing is absolutely tricky. I have to drag Virgos again. I'm so sorry. Virgos, we gonna get it again. I swear. And I could drag us because I is us. It's something about when Virgos finally take responsibility for me. It's something about when we finally take accountability, Virgos. Oh my God. Because number one, you ain't gonna drag us worse than we drag ourselves. Number two, you ain't gonna drag us before we're ready to drag ourselves. That's and we won't see it until we're ready to see it. And that's on period. Like, don't tell me about me. I don't want no notes. And that's on Crenshawn. I don't want no notes. Until I say it's okay, you can give me notes. I don't want critique and I don't want your opinion unless I ask for your opinion. I'm going to critique the way you critique me because I wasn't ready and I ain't like that. So Molly was avoiding and resisting for 4 seasons. Oh, bitch. That moment when you take that real ugly look at yourself and you see it. Ah, a Virgo who's not perfect? Ah, the horror. The absolute, look at her face, y'all. She said, oh, I'm sorry. The horror, okay? And this is what Issa has been telling her about herself for years. Baby, you are your own problem. So Molly here in the 5th and final season said, is it me? Am I the villain? Am I the bad guy? Is it me? I am embarrassed. I am so embarrassed on behalf of us. Oh my God. And there's truly a moment, and I remember I said this exact thing last year, where you are tired and fed up with your own shit. You're like, it's me. Oh, that's me. But the thing is, she had to discover it for herself. See, Issa moved like Inception, like she just planted the little seed, but it make you think it's your idea. But she had to discover it for herself, and that's just what it was. But there comes a moment where you're just over it. And we saw this last season when Molly was on vacation in Mexico with Andrew and his brother and all of that. And she has this big fight and she breaks away and she goes to the beach by herself, but she's sitting in this beautiful like yellow chiffon bathing suit on the shore with the crashing wave. She looks stunning in yellow on the beach. And she was like, maybe I ain't shit. Like, maybe I'm not. And then took her ass to therapy. But now that I'm remembering that yellow, it reminds me that healing is not linear. Like, she was still going to remain the same. Essentially, that yellow being that normal, everyday old shit color, right? You on your old shit in this series. And so when she was tired of her own shit last season, she was in yellow. So it looked like she was about to heal, but healing is not linear. It's messy. It's back and forth. It's up and down. It's progression and 2 steps back. You just never know. So this is probably the most honest accountability and healing looks like, where it's like, maybe it finally sticks this time. And we love to see it. We want it to stick this time, right? But now that she's taking this accountability, she's wearing this rosy red, pink, champagne. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick. Because when she first was tired of her own shit, she was in yellow, but she wasn't quite done yet. But now when she finally makes a decision, she's in like this rosy red, because what's more inspirational toward your change and healing and evolution than pain? Where you're like, I'm tired of feeling like this. What else to light a fire up under your ass to evolve and change than getting hurt, getting scuffed up a little bit? And so from there, Molly apologizes to her mom for being overbearing. As a Virgo, an apology I've sent out many a times. Many a times, okay? Because when Virgo is off and we off our foundation and we don't feel too good, we get like real hypercritical. But that's like our version of love, because like we want you to be well. At the end, we want you to have wellness and be well. So we're giving you the goddamn game plan for you to follow. And it's like, you're doing a lot, babe. You're doing a lot, babes. You're doing a lot, babes. Please back up a little bit. Please. Theory. Who else gonna see you but your best friend? We just don't want to hear it. And that's tea. Like, we just don't want to hear it sometimes. Okay? We're gonna talk about her. We're gonna talk about her. We're gonna talk about her. I think he was too. I think he was too. I love the scene with Molly on the dating app. The tough progress was showing in that moment. Them flashbacks when they all came in at once like that, her life flashed before her eyes. Ooh, ooh. Now she still made the right decision for herself because it wouldn't have been Herbert. Wouldn't have been Herbert for me. She went on a date with a fine nigga as she should. But hopefully she's doing what she does, but in a new way this time, like for real, but like in a new way this time. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Consola, is that you? Consola, is that you? Baby, not in the Consola black and white. You switch trading places. Now, this is how you steal like an artist, folks. This is how you do inspiration. Condola showed her the map, gave her the foundation and the legwork, and Issa got up on her ass and did it herself. Inspiration. That's inspiration and all. Okay? You better use what your teacher taught. We're going to run into Condola again, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Y'all, this was the most beautiful black shit I seen. This was some beautiful black shit, y'all. I'm sorry. Shout out to the costume designer, Shiona Turini. Shout out to the costume designer, Shiona Turini. Wow, ma'am. That collaboration in this fashion show that you did with Kirbito? Huh? Kirby Jean? The Pure Moss God? That collab y'all did for Insecure and all the Telfar bags Issa been wearing throughout the season, had a little Telfar earring and everything. Who do y'all think y'all are? I just want to know that. Who do y'all think y'all are? That was a beautiful fucking collection. That was a beautiful collection. Oh my God. And as we see in the scene, Crenshawn was right. White guy's blown away. Should have trusted you. Should have bet on you. He was right. Issa got to just take the L and make up later somehow. But in thinking of Crenshawn to be a black man with a checkered past and to be ill-experienced and penniless, this was a gamble. And it's tricky as an independent artist to decide when to pull those kind of moves because those moves are necessary. Those moves and those risks and those big FUs, those are necessary. And he knew when to pull that card. That's tricky. That's tricky, but he believed in himself so feverishly that he proved it to everybody. Trust me. Shout out to niggas who think they deep. Shout out to niggas who think they deep. He went on that interview after the show and it was like, what's up next for you, Crenshawn? You know, more clothes, more shows. Shut up. I hate you talented ass niggas. I hate you talented ass. More clothes, you know, more clothes, more shows. Shut up. And you got that little nasty face snaring at the woman who put you on. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my gosh. I mean, you're right. He's right. You're right. Okay. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. So let's come back to something soft. Y'all know I like my feelings. Y'all know I like my feelings. Let's get back. Let's go back home. We had that big full moon giving us another full circle moment, possibly giving us that distraction white. What we gonna distract ourselves with? So there's so many moving parts in this moment between Issa and Nathan. And these full circle type moments where Issa and Nathan have this platonic friendship. So Issa falling asleep with Nathan mirrors how Molly was falling asleep with her in the beginning of the episode, right? And then Issa asking Nathan to stay mirrors Issa asking to stay with Lawrence last season. What if I don't want to go? And they played that soft black ass music, bitch. Issa escaped pregnancy well, because it would have been me too. Me and Condola would have been sitting there like, and Candace, it's a pregnancy trifecta. It would have been Mr. Me too. Okay, that moment where she made him choose her over Condola, who sort of just keeps haunting somewhere layered over all of this, right? We know she exists. We know she's coming. Okay. And because the romance feels so familiar between the two, oh my God. I mean, sleeping together would have been like a no-brainer, or it should have been kind of easy, right? But something happens and Issa cries directly into his mouth. This moment is anything but easy, anything but seamless for Issa, who has not, at any point that we've seen at least, but I'm sure if it happened, we would have seen it, has not in all this time confided in anyone about her heartbreak with Lawrence. It's all bubbled up in here. And as we've seen for 4 seasons, the first person Issa calls when she's in some mess is Molly. And this is the first season she's keeping her out. She's got all that mess inside. Where do you release that? How does Issa release that, right? So this is a first. And we can ask, was it even sex that she wanted? I saw this perfect tweet. Which was confirmed by the showrunner Prentice Prenny. Issa was searching for intimacy, not sex, so I can see why the crying happened. Which is exactly why this mirrors this platonic, beautiful, soft friendship. It gets real muddy. Oof. It gets real muddy. Because, yeah, she didn't want sex. She wanted intimacy, which is what she has with Molly. This platonic, beautiful intimacy. But when you're doing that with somebody you used to have sex with, and it's a man, and it could easily happen, you mistake intimacy for sex and closeness, and that's not what that is, right? And a lot of people have been confusing that during this pandemic, wanting a hunch when really you want somebody to hold your hand and cuddle you and just confirm your presence and be with you and exist at the same time. Latasha. Okay? This is not about me, y'all. Stop. Was sex what she wanted? And so the most beautiful final shot of the episode, which I noticed from my deep dive and the revisit into the entire series, because the moment right after Nathan, when she admits she wasn't ready and he leaves her alone again, the moment she admits to Nathan that she isn't ready, and we know why, we know who's supposed to be next to her, looks exactly like when she was alone without you know who in season 2. There's only one person who's supposed to be next to her, her dream, her happily ever after guy, who was supposed to be her baby daddy. And he's not here. She released him, as she should. Don't mean it hurts any less. Sheesh. Don't mean it hurts any less. Is we crying or is we crying? Are we crying? She needs to be held, and Nathan ain't that. Cry for your friend, baby, because Nathan is incapable. Some men are incapable, not him. Do we think Nathan hasn't grown, guys? Do we not trust it yet? Because you left slower than you left the first time. Escaping in the middle of the night without saying nothing. We've seen that before, you light-skinned bandits. Is we crying yet? I mean, you have left us before. You have left us before, okay? The quarantine buddy concept is more about having a warm body to affirm oneself in exceedingly shitty situation than anything. Must be nice, Mark, because I've been here all by my damn self. A warm body? Oh, some people just have all the luck. Oh, is it you too, hun? 'Cause me. Woo, people conflate sex and intimacy, but they aren't always aligned. Man, she needs someone to release to more than someone to be romantic or sexual with at this point. And that's on emotionally, that's on spiritually, and that's on sexually. And all these people are wrong for the kind of release Issa needs. Issa all in yellow, trying to go with the familiar when she isn't in that place anymore. What an eye. What a powerful eye you have. Yes, going back to the familiar when the new isn't in your comfort zone. Oh, been there. Been there. Oh, you guys. Say that again, Deidre. She need her own therapist. Period. Okay? Period. We did it, y'all. Another dissection here. I will be dissecting Insecure, the full season, live on Patreon only. It will be released to the public every Thursday. And because y'all are my patrons, y'all gonna get the information first. Are y'all ready? I got a special guest next week. Straight out of the HBO universe. She was a friend of mine. Guess who I got on next? Guess who's coming up into the house next week? Y'all better be on your best behavior in front of company. Okay? We have none other than Miss Half of Insecurity herself, the official podcast of Insecure. Hey, friend. Hey, is going to be on the show next week, you guys. Joining us for a dissection. And she was so happy because she was like, wait, I want to dissect so bad. Fran was like, I would be honored. What, we doing it? Let's go. So y'all, we gotta listen to the podcast to hear what she say about the episode as she's seen it, because we're gonna hold her accountable. We heard you said this about Issa, Fran. We getting Fran on the show next week. And I'm working on some other guests. I hope I get them because it's such a special season as we say goodbye to such a special show, which started me on this dissection journey. So I just want to do some good things. And of course, I want to give you guys the best content because you guys are here giving me extra energy, extra love, extra time and attention. And I'm so appreciative of you guys being patrons and being here with me live and sharing your energy and your thoughts and your ideas and being just as brilliant. And we always have such a good time. Don't bring up no more goats because I can't laugh like that during my show, okay? I sold you down for a goat. Buenos noches. I cannot, okay? Aww. Insecurity discontinuing is one of the main things I'll miss about Insecure. Yes, so she'll be here. And also, I understand and know that I do have VIP patrons. So here's what we're going to do as well. And it's very limited access because I believe I can only have 10 guests on at a time. Dun, dun, dun. If you are a VIP patron, the tier is $15 and above, we are going to be doing an Insecure post-tea show. Okay? Which means after, let's do this next week. After Fran and I dissect, I'm going to start a post show to have my VIP patrons on, and we just going to go ham on the episode. Anything we want to say, We're going to say it, and it's going to be live, and it's going to be fun, and I'm going to bring a drink. I hope y'all bring a drink. So next week is going to be lit. We got Hey Fred, Hey, and we're going to have a post show with my patrons joining me, and let's just talk about it, okay? Let's hold each other accountable. Don't hold me accountable. I don't like that. But we're going to hold each other accountable in our own feelings and see where we insecure at, and we're just going to dish on the characters and where we think the show is going and all of our thoughts and the like and such as. It's going to be a good time. Good time, okay? So I thank you guys for being here. I wish you a wonderful night. I will see you live next Monday, 6 p.m. EST right here. Look out for the link on Patreon. Love y'all. Bye.